Everyone has a story. This is mine. I'm Sony, and I'm actually registered blind.
What a beautiful world. It's massive, isn't it?
I suffer from an eye condition called retinitis pigmentosa, and I was never fully sighted, and at the age of 13, I almost lost most of my vision. Just watch my walls and everything because they've been newly painted. Not in the kitchen. I don't care about the kitchen. Currently, what I see is just light and dark. I don't have any shape perception, or I don't see any detail, just light and dark. I am a qualified tax accountant, and I am a fitness fanatic as well. I love going to the gym, I love tandem cycling, I love cross-country skiing, and many other sports.
All right, yeah. This is my client for the day, Chandni, and we're going to do blind boxing. Woohoo! Chandni is actually blind.
Yeah.
1, 2. Right, fighting stance, fighting stance, fighting stance, fighting stance.
نابینایی مانعی برای چندنی نیست. گرچه تمام فعالیت‌های زندگی روزمره، شغل و تفریحاتش کنش‌هایی وابسته به بینایی‌اند.
Tax accountant is a very numerical-based job. I was always told that, why are you aiming to become a tax accountant because you are totally blind? I've definitely had to work much, much harder to become an accountant, a qualified accountant, and but I've done it, and I'd like to think that I'm good at it. I use speech technology at my office, at my work. It's a computerized software which is basically telling me exactly what's on the screen.
Start menu, web browser.
I am listening to it. Again, the element of sound, the technology comes in very handy. I'm listening to my computer all day long. The computer basically reads out everything that's on the screen for me. Of course, I control it, but it's all done by sound and technology.
استفاده نابینایان از حس لامسه و شنوایی در ارتباطات و فعالیت‌های روزمره تازگی ندارد.
Blind children are excellent listeners. Hearing and touch are the blind child's two great channels of learning.
تکنولوژی و هوش مصنوعی از مدت‌ها پیش به یاری نابینایان و کمبینایان آمد. اما آنچه کامپیوترها و برنامه‌های امروز قادر به انجام آنند، در گذشته حتی قابل تصور هم نبود.
That's HELP, as in human echolocation part. As the wearer approaches an obstacle, a sensor under the wristband vibrates. The closer they get, the faster the vibration.
When I'm out and about on the streets, I tend to memorize all my routes. It's very difficult when you don't know where you are going. So I use the help of a specialist called a mobility instructor who comes around and teaches me all these routes. There are two ways blind persons get around. One uses a cane and one uses a guide dog. I use my cane and the sound to basically find where I'm going. You sighted people would probably not realize that sound actually changes when you are passing through different objects. If you are passing through a bus stop, you automatically know without being able to see that you've reached a bus stop because the sound will be slightly different. If you are in an open field, even though you cannot see it, you can sense that there is not many objects around you. And that all happens because the sound changes. Let's say when I change geographies, when I go to a different country, not being able to see the country, there is a different element that tell you that you are in a different place. You know, when you are in London, you hear a lot of people, you hear different accents, which pretty much gives away that actually you are in London and then you're not in other part of England. But, you know, this is nowhere near if you go to India. If you go to India, all you hear is the beeping sound. And of course, you step in India and the smells and the noise level is just to a different level. My device, it's like a little pen. I need to get the pen out first. So my disability actually poses a lot of challenges on my day-to-day life. When I'm in the kitchen and when I'm trying to cook, I have no way of knowing whether I am using a can of peaches or a can of tomatoes. Yes. I tend to use a speech labeling device.
Light soya sauce, cumin powder, coriander powder.
استقلال چندنی وابسته به ابزار و تکنولوژی است. فعالیت‌هایی که در گذشته برای نابینایان غیر ممکن بود، امروز به واسطه استفاده از کامپیوتر و برنامه‌های قابل نصب بر روی تلفن همراه ساده‌تر شدند.
I tend to do a lot of things which are very visual, like going to the theater. But I'm seeing through somebody else's eyes. I get described exactly what's happening on the stage so that I can experience what someone else would experience who has vision. Like I recently been to the Van Gogh exhibition, and that was all audio described by someone. And I was experiencing the paintings through somebody else's description.
ارتباط چندنی با محیط اطراف به واسطه صدا معنی پیدا می کند. با حذف تصویر، صدا عاملی است که به چندنی مثل بسیاری از دیگر نابینایان امکان حرکت، جهتیابی و خلق یک تصویر ذهنی را می دهد. تعامل اجتماعی چندنی تمام و کمال به صدا بستگی دارد.
I get asked a lot of the time, people ask me, when you are attracted to the opposite sex, what do you look for? Because you don't look at them. Attraction comes from how the person looks, right? You know, I'll never be able to see them, so I'll only be able to hear them. So for me, the most important thing is, how do they sound? That, for me, is the most attractive part, certainly not looks. You can cut that off. You can cut that off. But the thing is, this is very crucial because I get told all the time, oh, that personal trainer looks really good. They've got six packs, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to see this. So what's the point? Mariam, my phone is somewhere, and then I can demo that app and show something on it. Is it in the kitchen? Imagine you going to work. The first thing you do is you get up and you choose your clothes. Now, me not being able to see, I have no idea whether my clothes are red, black, blue, or green. I tend to use an app, which is a color detector, and what that does is that basically tells me what color my clothes are.
Calendar, Sunday the 29th of August. Clock, blind folder, 4 apps, soundscape, scene AI. Scene, preview, color, preview, green, brownish green.
And most of the time, I have a very good memory. I memorize all my clothes, but, you know, sometimes the memory doesn't work.
Listen, button.
Sometimes I'll be very cheeky and I'll take a snapshot of someone without them realizing, and the app actually tells me how old that person looks.
Color, scene, currency, person, product, person.
Are you there?
Take picture, button. Processing. Old woman with black hair wearing glasses looking neutral.
You know, it's speech. It's voice, works for me. You know, I don't need to look at anything. If it was all paper-based like 15, 20 years ago, right? You'd not be able to do what I do. Whereas with the technology, life-saving, you can pretty much do anything. I've not been able to see for many, many years. You have two paths to take. Either you could get depressed and just drown, or you start looking at what exactly you have and what's the best you can do with it. I try not to whinge about my disability at all. I think I'm doing the right thing. I'm happy. I enjoy life to the fullest. I think I am the way I am because I like to look at the positive in everything. And I guess the reason I do that is because that's what I've had to do. I've always had to survive. I think yeah, I'm a solutions-based person rather than complaining about the problem. I believe that every problem has a solution. You know, I've done mistakes, but all I say is we can do anything that we want. At the end of the day, you will achieve exactly what somebody else has achieved. It may take you a little longer, or you may have to slightly adapt the way you get there, but you will. I'm a great believer that where there is will, there is a way. What do I love? Well, I love lots of things. I love my friends, I love my family, I like spicy food. I have an interest for Indian music. If I have to choose one particular style of Indian music, I'd say it'd be ghazals. I absolutely love the sound of the sea. I can sit by the beach and just listen to the waves coming in and out. And I can actually feel the waves as well when they come towards me. They become faster, the sound is louder, and when they go away, there's a distant sound. I can spend hours on a beach just listening to the sound of waves.